There, we're on the air. It's a curling day in Tempe as we're bringing you the latest draw of the 2026 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships. It's the club Playdowns, and we have a women's draw on the ice for this first game, as we have Team Feldman throwing the first stone. Rocks in play. We are underway here at Coyotes Curling, as we saw the lead being put up by Nancy Augustine. And now we see the lead stone coming for Team Camarena, which looks to be Monica Hernandez. Nancy's first rock was at guard. And this rock is going to be a corner guard. That shot looks to be made. We have two teams from Northern California facing off in this draw. Team Camarena hails from San Francisco Bay Area, while Team Feldman is from Wine Country, which plays in Roseville, just outside of Sacramento. So Augustine's looking to draw around. This is a little heavy, but it looks like it might sit down. And it does. It is exposed, though. And so it does give Camarena a chance to draw to it. They could have hit it, but they're opting to draw. This is Hernandez's second stone. Looking for a hit, actually. They are going for the hit. And a hit and a slight roll. Beautiful. Partially buried. Looks to be about half buried. Good shot. Good hit and roll there. As we are now to the second stones, as we have Melissa McGuire deliver from the left-sided hatch, or the side of the hatch for lefties. And that ends up, looks like it either drew around or it raised. And that was a nice soft touch there by McGuire, as we see the second stone coming from the second for Team Camarena. That appears to be Sadie Schaefer, and she made the hits to take out that draw that Melissa just put up. And just like that, McGuire's back out of the hatch. We have 4 sheets in play this draw. We'll keep you up to date on what's happening on all the sheets. You can also find the information at bondspieler.com, where we also have links to static camera views of all sheets, except for the feature sheet, being hosted on the Coyotes Curling YouTube channel. And that shot from Melissa looks to have moved some things around. And Feldman is now shot in the back forefoot. So Schaefer is going to, I think, looking for a hit, I believe. And this hit looks pretty good. as it noses the yellow stone, and now Camarena is sitting 2, but they are exposed, and so the third for Team Feldman, Amy Putnam, is going to, I think, take that on as a takeout with the in-turn rotation. Just make sure it gets around the guard, and it doesn't make it around the guard. So it ticks the guard and rolls out of play. The shot stone is exposed, and so Camarena is going to block it. As the third for Camarena is in the hack. This, I believe, is Ada van Eckhout. Going for a guard with the outturn counterclockwise rotation. And that guard looks like it was put in a pretty good place. Okay, hopefully we're getting a connection back. We had a Wi-Fi issue, and apparently we're still experiencing a Wi-Fi issue. We're on the hotspot. Back to the action here on our feature sheet. Helps if you turn the microphone on. I think I did. There we go. So again, we had an internet connection problem. I apologize. And we're doing alternate means. Hopefully we'll stay connected. So getting back to the action here. Feldman is sitting 1, buried in the back of the button, but Camarena is right there, just alongside her, as we are to the skip stones. And let's see what's going on. Camarena is looking for lining up the run back. So just a slight communication, and I think they're trying to see what line to take. So they're taking a decent amount of time on the shot, and they're opting to draw now. Again, to the end. And working on a technical thingamajig. 1 second. So the score appears to be 1-all after the first end. Team Feldman will have the hammer in the second end when we come back to the 2025 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships, coming to you live from Coyotes Curling. And ongoing coverage of this event is being brought to you by doubletakeout.com. Throughout the competitive curling season, proprietor Ken Pomeroy updates the site with the latest results to create a unique ranking of the top men's and women's teams from around the world. See how your favorite team stacks up at doubletakeout.com. And by Endgame Curling. Elevate your game with Endgame Curling. Learn more at Endgame Curling and by curling.gg. To play. Having some bandwidth issues. Doing our best to see what we can do here. Net strike coming from Hernandez. And just having a spotty connection. Apologies. Doubletakeout.com where teams can follow their favorite men's and women's teams to see how they rank against the competition at doubletakeout.com. Sadie's takeout was a little on the heavy side and flashed. Well, it was a little inside. That was the difference there. Apologies. So Melissa McGuire is set. Looking to put up a front stone right in front of the stone on the 4-foot. So looking to be in the 12-foot, about 2 feet off the center line. If it's a little heavy, they can maybe come back to a freeze position. That's what they're doing. Pretty well corner frozen by Melissa McGuire with the counterclockwise rotation. Sadie set for her second stone. Calling for sweep, I think to push it over. And it gets both of those yellows moving. What a shot there by Sadie Schaefer. For her second stone. Calling for sweep. Indicating side, this is a little heavy as well. And that's going to go through the rings out of play. So a couple heavy draws by both third players. And a couple missed opportunities as a result. So Ada's going to try that draw again, draw again. Yeah, I was laughing a little bit just because of every player kind of has their own routine to get set on delivering, and so she kind of made sure that her body was centered for a balanced delivery. This one looks a little lighter and is going to sit down. Is it going to sit down? It will not. So just a little lighter, just still a tad on the heavy side, and so. Both thirds are getting second bites of the apple as Putnam gets set to try that draw to the wing from the center out. A little less weight. Weight looks better. You can see it just kind of coast. It's not really biting in terms of the speed. There, the weight kind of came off just by the Cal Lusta logo. And it's going to sit down in the back, 8 foot in the 12-foot zone. And it's going to be shot in the back. So a good recovery by Putnam after missing the first. Still a little heavy, and it did not curl as much as they had anticipated. The sweeper jumps on to push it over. And it needs to be pushed over. Is it going to get back? And it doesn't look like it will. Oh, it misses it by about 4 inches, unfortunately. So this gives Feldman a chance to put another stone in the rings. She could split the rings and make it more likely to get 2, although sometimes you want to put a guard in front or a front stone to ensure that you're scoring at least 1. And also, we've lost the webcast. I think, are we back? This looks a little heavy, so maybe go for the plan B to freeze. The freeze could have been there. It just, I think they didn't jump on it in time. So in-turn front stone sets up a possible double, and I think the chance for 3 is out. I think it's going to be a little tricky to get 2 even at this point, because that rock is in a place to set up a double, and then Feldman will need to basically draw or hit for a single point, because there's that red in the top 12 foot just to the left that is not visible right now. So Adriana Camarena working again for the takeout, this time a double. And this looks to be over curling this time, at which one of the yellows, enough to get the yellow out of play. So not a bad outcome. Takes the triple off the table, but the double is very much on the menu, lads. I was going to make a joking reference to the orcs from the Two Towers, but I haven't seen that movie in ages. Here is Katie Feldman with her last. A hammer, a draw for 2, just a touch paint, and she gets her 2. Let's time this. Looks okay. Looks a little heavy as the sweeper is just cleaned briefly. 14-20, so it's close. And so this looks pretty decent. This is going to settle into the back 8 foot for the second point, as Katie Feldman takes the second point. So she jumps into the lead, 2-1 over Team Camarena. Pause in the action. We'll be right back as we continue with our ongoing coverage of the 2026 Club Playdowns, brought to you by curling.gg. Let's update you all about what's happening on the other sheets as we can, if we can. It looks like we are still having some internet connectivity concerns in the warm room. Looks like the club is on the case, looking to see what might be going on. As Nancy's draw to the guard zone is on the center line. And as a reminder, the no tick rule is in effect for this game, as it is for all games in this competition. Monica throws her first shot. This looks maybe a smidge on the heavy side. Actually, it might be slowing down. And looks like it will sit down just behind the tee line. Actually in the back 8. So Feldman is asking Augustine to draw around the center guard they put up. While that shot is away, let's go around the rings. Sheet A is a contest between Team Healing of Coyotes taking on Team Walsh of San Francisco. It looks like Healing was forced to a single in the first end. As we see this draw around, just floated out wide, and it's going to go through the rings out of play. On sheet B, 2 ends already in the books. A contest between Team Aces of Silicon Valley taking on Team Aubrey of Coyotes. And are 2 ends in the books? Yeah. It looks like, 1 second, I've seen Monica's shot go. Monica Hernandez is drawing wide to the left to put up, I believe, a corner guard or a draw into the rings. This is going to slip into the rings. So 2 ends in the books. Aces opened with a 2 spot, and Aubrey responded with a single in the second. So it's Aces 2, Aubrey 1. And on our feature sheet, Melissa McGuire is going to throw a takeout. On sheet D, Team Thinker to Rise taking on Team McDonald. And Melissa McGuire was not taking on the hit. She was going to the guard zone. Ends up tapping the center line guard. The 5-rock rule is over at this point, so guards can be peeled or removed from play. On sheet D, we have Thing to the Right scoring 3 in the first, and that's the score right now. I don't see a second score posted. So we are working to get the internet back, and when we do, we'll have the scores posted to bonspieler.com as well as links to the video. So the peel is on with Sadie's first. And gets both yellows moving, and that looks to be a double takeout. bonspieler.com as well as links to the video. So the peel is on with Sadie's first. And gets both yellows moving, and that looks to be a double take. And that double takeout was brought to you by doubletakeout.com. As we see Melissa now trying to take on the hit on the left, but it's too heavy and too much ice. Goes through the rings out of play. So Camarena is sitting 2 this end. And now Camarena has a chance to put another one in the rings or to guard, or lots of options really. All the rocks on the field of play are Camarena reds. I think they're drawing in. I think they want to keep it high if they can. They don't want to provide any backing for Feldman. And I think if they wanted to, getting around the guard would have been, very nice. So that draw is exposed, and so Amy Putnam is going to take on the takeout. I was going to say it rhymes, but the word take on and take out are the same word, basically. They're different phrases. So around the guard, I think looking for a little roll, and they do get that little roll. Good takeout there from Amy Putnam. The rock is open, and so Camarena is asking Ada to take it on. So looking for the takeout. I think they're hoping for oh, it's hanging out wide. They're working to push it over, and it's coming over, and it will hit and then roll right to the top 12 foot, about 1 o'clock, using the house as a clock dial, as one does. That was a good hit there, as we see Amy Putnam's response. Looking for a hit. This is, I think, kind of a dangerous strategy, unless they're able to get a double takeout here, which they might be trying to line up, and they don't. Taking out single stones, they could end up hurting them, because there's still 2 red Camarena reds in the rings. You know what I mean. So the takeout was successful, but again, the advantage appears to be in favor of the red team. So Ada's second rock. This looks like it might be a guard. It looks like it will actually touch the top of the house. So good sweep there by the front end of Monica and Sadie. So 3 reds are in the range, and Feldman is looking for a hit and roll, I believe. It's still a really good situation for Camarena, and Feldman, I think, is looking for an answer to this setup. I think looking for a hit and roll. This is Katie Feldman's first. And this is looking pretty good. Going to hit. Now, how far is it going to roll? I would keep sweeping it, maybe. I said maybe to see if it's going to sit on top of the yellow. It's actually under the red. You can see that now. So sweeping it would not have been super helpful necessarily, although I guess getting it closer may have helped. The hit and roll was successful by Feldman. She is currently shot, but there are 2 Camarena reds that can be brought into play. And I had a, this is a joke. It sounds like a vintage of wine. So Adriana Camarena's first shot, looking to, I thought she was going to take out the yellow, but this looks a little tight. Might be on the money. It is. Going to hit and roll across the house to settle into the back 4 foot. So great takeout there by Camarena. And so now for Feldman, hit does not help too much unless they can double here. If they double, then the most they're giving up is 2. But the danger zone is giving up 3 or 4. This is a big shot coming from Katie Feldman. Where the broom is down, I believe for a draw, sit on the corner of the shot rock in the back 4-foot 2B shot. It's a tricky shot, and I used to like making those shots just because I like to be scoring if I can. However, as teams get better, it becomes easier for teams to hit that out. And so as the players I've played against have gotten better, it's like I can't do that shot anymore. But this is kind of a desperation shot for Feldman to avoid giving up a huge number here in the third end. Sweepers are on it. And were they going to go for the red, or are they going to go undercover? In any case, this looks like it's open. So I think it over curled on them, unfortunately. And they do appear to be shots, but that's just for the moment. As Camarena has a fairly straightforward takeout 4-4. Facing 1, but a chance to really open up this game. It does sound like our internet is back, which is cheers were heard around the warm room. So looking for a takeout, calling for the sweep. Obviously just needs to tap it out for that 4. Line looks decent. It's curling a little bit, but they're okay with it. It's trying to nose it, and that is a score of 4. Goodness, that was a great takeout there by Camarena to secure the 4 points and to reclaim the lead. The score is now 5-2 in favor of Camarena. Take a quick pause in the action. We'll be right back. That's too many R's. So welcome back to our ongoing coverage of the 2026 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships. We're the winners of longest event name. I definitely do appreciate our sponsor and just being able to be here for these events to see the top curlers from around the region face off. That shot was a little heavy, went through the rings. As we have Nancy throw her first. Our internet connection is back, so I am going to guess that the YouTube streams and Bonspieler are also back. Definitely appreciate you all for tuning in. As coverage of this end is being brought to you by curling.gg. Curling.gg is growing fast and is partnered up with Jamie Sinclair with Curl Up from Jamie to bring more curling insight to fans everywhere. So this shot here from Monica is looking to take out the stone that was thrown into the rings by Nancy, and the hit is made. The shooter is lost. So we are back to an open sheet. So Nancy's second stone is going for a guard. I think Feldman was looking that it's going to end up off the center, but it's actually going to slip a little heavy into the rings. So guard opportunity missed. And Camarena has a chance for a hit with Sadie's first rock. Sweepers are on it to hold the line, and it does make contact, and the shooter sits around. So Melissa McGuire's first. Looking to, I think, draw to the red. I don't know if they want to be above it or underneath it. And I think they want it to be around it. It's going to tap it and then roll, no roll. So it looks like Camarena is shot right now, and they're going to pop out that yellow with the takeout coming from the seconds. Pushing for curl, but it's hanging out wide, and it just flashes. Just feathers it. Next strike coming from McGuire, looking to take out that red. Feldman looking to get back into this game. We're winding down our pool play, and a hit and a slight roll to be almost corner frozen with the yellow on the center line. So coming up at 4:30, we have Feldman has one more game at 4:30, and then against Juilliard, and then all the other women's teams have a one last game at 8 o'clock tonight, and that will decide who advances to tomorrow morning's semifinals. So Ada is going to try to take on the double, and gets one moving. That was close. Just over curled slightly. So it looks like Feldman is going to hit the inside of the red with Amy Putnam's first. This looks to be about normal takeout weight. They don't want to hit their own stone necessarily. I mean, they could tap it up, but they don't want to do too much with it. They hit the side of the stone, and then the shooter rolls away. So, I kind of maybe marked that as a slight miss because they did want to stick around. As Ada is set for her second. Looking to take that out, and we saw that she had a really good hit last time. This is hanging out wide, but it's coming back, so it's probably going to hit and roll away. And indeed, that is what happens. Open sheet. Feldman has the hammer, looking for a place to put stones to maybe try to generate multiple points, or take the hammer into the fifth end after the fourth end break. After the fourth end, we're going to take a 5-minute pause. I'm going to reset my internet connection, maybe. So this looks like it's a little heavy, and ideally you'd stick around to try to generate that multiple points. As it is, it's heavy, goes through the rings, and so now I think Feldman's best option is to possibly try to blank the end. As the broom is down for Camarena. She has a wide open house to work with. So it looks like they're opting to draw. I don't want to guess. she could go in so many places. So I had a 50-50 chance of guessing where they were going to go. And they are indeed going to go to the right from this view. The sweepers are on it, but I don't know how much it needed to be swept, especially as they stopped about halfway through. This has a little bit of pepper on it, and it's going to go through the rings out of play. So both teams having some problem finding the right weight to sit in the house. And so now Feldman has a chance to find a place to go, and I think they're going to try and draw the other side. And I'm laughing just because they could draw the same side if they wanted to. It's just that Camarena has already been down that way once, and I don't know if they want to give Camarena another look down that path. So choosing, I believe, a different path, but I could be wrong. I'm not on the ice. I don't know what's what, but I think I am wrong. As she is going to do the counterclockwise outturn draw to the right side of the sheets. The same side that Camarena had, but a different path. And the weight looks decent. It's probably going to settle in maybe by the tee line a little further back, it looks like. So sweepers just kind of walked it down. And settles into the back 12-foot zone on the 8-foot line. So this is the last rock for Camarena. Looking to hit and stick would be my guess. Calling for the sweep. This is looking decent, as it does hit and it rolls to the side. Will hang out in the back 12 foot. So Feldman does have a blank possibility in the offing. Are they opting to draw for one? We've seen some interesting shots in these two morning draws. This is technically the afternoon. But it looks like Feldman is just going to draw for a single point. And that's her prerogative. I think, drawing within two on the scoreboard, and then hopefully keeping the hammer in the even ends in the second half of the game. That might be the strategy that Feldman is employing, as the draw is on, looking for full 12 foot basically for that for a first point. And sweepers are on it. They need to make sure it's basically biting the 8 foot too. And is it going to get there? It's super close, and looks like it might be there. So I'm pretty sure it was yellow, but we'll wait to see what the score is when they post it. So we'll take a pause in the action and then come back with the second half of our midday draw. And until then, just thanks to our sponsors, including doubletakeout.com, offering rankings and stats of the top men's and women's teams from around the world at doubletakeout.com, and by curling.gg, offering real physics simulation with a new beta feature allowing you to take a shot of the sheet and allowing you to try different scenarios. Curling.gg, and by Endgame Curling. Elevate your game with Endgame Curling. Learn more at endgamecurling.com. So pause in the action, and we will be right back to the 2026 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships. Welcome back to our ongoing coverage of the 2026 Club Playdowns on the curling.gg network. Rocks in play, we are underway here. And that was a single for Feldman in the fourth end to make it a 5-3 game. I was pretty sure of that as both teams opened up with guards to start this end. For Feldman, Nancy Augustine was trying to draw around but came up a little heavy and went through the rings. And so now I think Monica is going to draw around. I was going to say draw around, but it looks like they're going to draw around their own corner guard, which makes sense.
You could have just called for help. Somebody would have gotten it.
So that draw does go into the rings, but is exposed, and so Melissa McGuire is going to take it on. This looks like it might. Oh, it does chip off of the red guard and goes through the house out of play. So I think just a little light. The line wasn't too bad. And they were just looking for a tap back, I believe, but still crashes on the guard. And so now with the 5-rock rule over, Sadie Schaefer is being asked to peel the guard, as coverage of this end is being brought to you by Endgame Curling. And that hit is made. Elevate your curling with Endgame Curling with its 100% carbon fiber brooms featuring either a 7.5-inch or 9-inch head. With use eco-friendly fabric, offer adjustable pivot resistance, and provide a unique locking sliding position to help you deliver with confidence. Reach the next level with Endgame's leading edge curling brooms. Learn more at endgamecurling.com. So Melissa was able to make that hit, it appears, and it rolled to the back of the house, and so Sadie is going to take on the hit for Team Camarena. And that hit is made. The shooter is going to roll across the back of the house and sit down. And it looks like it might be hanging on to the edge. So Feldman does not have the hammer this end as Amy Putnam gets set. And Nancy is sweeping to hold the line now. Melissa jumps on, or actually Melissa was working to hold the line, gets around the center guard and sits buried in the top of the button. And so that is shot rock. That's the only rock in the rings, and Camarena wants to clean house for Ada von Eckhout. I double-checked names during the break. She gets set, looking for some peel action right down the center of the sheets. And this looks like it's going to peel. The guard is going to run back. No. So it peels the front stone, and the shooter rolls away as well. So it does do its job of clearing the front. Feldman yellow is the lone rock in the rings right now, as Putnam delivers her last rock of this 5th end of a possible 8 ends of regulation. Looking to put that front stone back in the top of the house. So for line and for weight, the sweepers are going, and this looks like it's going to end up in a pretty nice position. Looks like it's hovering about 1/3 of the shot stone, and so Camarena has the double is still there, and that's where Camarena puts the broom. So Ada's second shot is headed down the ice. And it looks like it's going to get one, and the yellow jams on the shot stone. So basically trading guards and shot stones. Good sweep there, though, by the front end for Team Camarena. So Katie Feldman is getting set in the hack. Looking to, I think, put up another front stone to protect that shot rock. This is Katie Feldman with her first without the hammer here in the 5th end. So looking to put it in the top 12 foot. Really started swinging right by the hog line, and just a slight roll, so it actually ended up in a decent place. That was a 1550. So if it didn't hit the guard, it may have gone to the top of the house or a tight guard, like just in front of the house. So with that shot, that was well executed by Feldman. Camarena is looking to take out the red onto the yellow as Camarena gets sets. Looking decent. It needed another little bit of curl. It hit the outside and just scooted between the two yellow stones in the top of the house. It did open things up slightly, and so Feldman is looking to put another front stone in, and I think force Camarena to try a draw to the button for a single point. Okay, that's a different side of the sheet than I was thinking they were going to go. So the broom is down for some sort of draw. And you can only get this sort of insight from a commentator like me. They're drawing. I think they want to keep it high. I don't think they want to step it double though. They could go back to the house just to sit 2 and really make sure that the force is on. As Katie Stone is away. No time on that. So this is going to get around the guard and sits top 8 foot on top of the shot stone. So Feldman is sitting 2. I think that was pretty much what they wanted. And executed with good weight. The sweepers didn't really help that shot. So it was a lot of Feldman reading the line and getting the right weight on that shot. So the button is available. I can't really say open. It's open, but it's not accessible. It's hard to access. So she is going to try to draw the button from this left side from our view. And this is going to really rely on weight and line to make sure the shot is made. Teams practice this shot when they warm up. It's part of the game to see who's closest to the center of the house to start the game. And we'll see if the practice and the training will pay off with the draw to the button facing 2. This is Adriana Camarena with the hammer here in this 5th end. So sweepers, we're cleaning now. They're jumping on that Sadie Schaefer, holding line. And this is a little tight. Is it a little light? 1487. So the weight was okay, but it looks like it's going to be on the yellows in the top of the house. And that is going to be a steal of 2. And just like that, Katie Feldman and her rink from Roseville, California are back in this game. We are all square after 5. It's a whole new ball game with 3 ends to go when we come back to the 2026 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships. Rocks in play. We are underway in a tie game between 2 teams from Northern California. Team Camarena from San Francisco Bay Area Curling taking on Team Feldman from Wine Country coming out of Roseville, California. That's just a hop, skip, and a jump outside of Sacramento. And Nancy Augustine puts up a guard with her first shots. So tough end for Camarena, giving up 2. Just a little light on that draw. And it'll be interesting to see how she responds, especially as we see Monica throw, looking for a corner guard, I believe. And that slips into the range, and so Augustine is likely going to take it on. Looking for a hit. Actually, no, she's drawing around. My apologies. So Nancy Augustine. This rock is going to be a little heavy. Going to go through the house. So an unfortunate miss. But Nancy Augustine is known by the team as the calm newbie and off-ice adventurer extraordinaire. Hopefully talk a little bit more about her bio in a moment. And so Hernandez is going to put up a corner guard on the other side of the ice. And Hernandez has been trolling for 11 years. This is going to settle into the back of the rings. I thought they were going for a corner guard. She's been trailing for 11 years, participating at Club Playdowns last year. Went to the U.S. Arena Nationals as the skip in 2017, winning bronze. And she was at the recent Grand Slam of Curling in Lake Tahoe as a volunteer. This shot from Melissa McGuire flashes, unfortunately. So there seems to be an opportunity brewing for Camarena as Sadie Schaefer delivers her first rock, looking to, looks like peel the guard. And looks like it's going to peel the guard. The shooter is going to roll. There's a jam possibility. It does jam on the back. Clears the red in the back, but didn't need the red in the back necessarily. As a borderline tripping hazard. So the clear is made, and now McGuire is looking to pluck out the stone on the right, although they're talking about it. Looking for, looks like control, but that's my gesture for bumper weight. Melissa is known as Katie's Bodyguard and Chaos Shield. This is looking like it's going to make contact with something. It does hit the red, and then the shooter's going to roll to the middle, to the right back forefoot. So that was a good hit and roll there from McGuire. It is exposed, so Schaefer is going to take that on. Her experience, 3 years of experience, has won the 5 and under lead in both seasons last year. Went to the cross-border Bondsville up in Alberta in 2024. Was the B event winner as skip. And she was able to make that hit and roll. The shooter is not in the scoring position, but that was a good shot there by Schaefer. And now we see Amy Putnam's first, known as the extroverted Stone Slayer and accidental ACL warrior. As Feldman's really yelling for sweep. And doesn't quite get around the corner guard, and it just ends up tapping and creates another corner guard. So Van Eckhout is looking to draw around those guards. She's been curling for 15 years. Went to the Wisconsin U18 Playdowns in 2017-2018. Won the Junior State Championship in Wisconsin 2020 and was due to go to the U18 Nationals in 2020, but something happened that year. I forget what. Also went to the Midwest Curling Association's Mixed Playdowns and the Wisconsin Playdowns, Mixed Playdowns, and also volunteered at the recent Grand Slam in Tahoe. I don't think anyone says Tahoe like that. Amy Putnam delivering her second rock. This hoping to get around the guards, but this is a little heavy. And we're gonna see if it hangs on in the back. It does not. So Amy is the team's one and only extrovert, which means she talks enough for everyone and can hype up a sweep like she's announced in the Super Bowl. Trying curling because she told her husband Eric she never saw him. So he brought her to the rink and immediately created a monster. So this is Ada's second shot. I think looking for the draw again. They're cleaning. This looks to be a little on the light side. But it looks like it will get into the rings. And it will be buried. So it looks like a good response from Ada for being a little light on her first shot. So it looks like facing one Camarena red in the rings, Feldman is looking to draw. I think maybe draw to the button to outscore that red rock, because it's going to be really hard for anyone to really do any clearing, especially this late in the end. And given some of the ability to make the shot, shall we say. I've talked about it before, where like curling is kind of like golf in a way, where you want to have the right clubs in your golf bag. You want to have the right curling shots in your repertoire. And sometimes you have a golf club that only has 2 or 3 clubs in it, and you work to add clubs. And like curling, you have your basic shots, and you work to add more shots into your what you're able to do. And it's also shots that you're comfortable with. And I think that's kind of what I was getting at. I don't know if they would be comfortable doing run backs with what we have on the ice. So that draw, I think, came up a little light for what they were trying to do. And I guess finally, like, even if you don't feel like you have the shot in your repertoire, that doesn't necessarily stop you from trying it. And we've definitely seen Feldman and Camarena make some excellent shots in this game. So Camarena is sitting 1, I think looking to try to get 2 in this situation. Also preventing Feldman from being able to tap that yellow up. So even if it didn't, I think they were trying to bury it, but it ends up being a kind of a positioning stone. So it looks like Camarena is opting to draw. I think almost maybe challenging Feldman to throw the raise. As Camarena gets set, this is the first of her 2 skip stones in the 6th end. This is hanging out, and looks a little on the heavy side. It might settle in the back of the house as Putnam pushes it to the back of the rings where it shall sit. And so Feldman does have that raise takeout, or a tap back essentially. It doesn't need a ton of weight. I would say probably back line to hat weight. She needs to move 2 stones essentially. So that is what they're set up to do, the raise takeout. Looks like they're set up for board or control weight. Looking for the raise takeout. This is Katie Feldman with her last without the hammer here in the 6th end. Calling line, needs to hold the line. It's going to be close. It over curled and it goes through the rings without touching the shot stone. So in terms of the risk reward, I think that was a risk worth taking. Although Camarena now has a chance for 2, maybe 3 actually. I forgot that there's that red in the back of the 12-foot. So if Camarena is able to get rid of that yellow and stick around, that is going to be 3 for Camarena to jump back into the lead. So Adriana's been curling for 15 and more years, with 6 years of competitive experience. Has gone to the Pan-Continental Curling Championships representing Mexico several years. And won silver in the B division in 2022. This is coming up light. So they had opted for the draw, and I thought they would have gone for the gusto. They're working to make sure it gets in the rings. It's close, but it's going to come up just a smidge shy. So a chance for 3, end up getting just a single. But that's enough to retake the lead. 6-5 in favor of Camarena. We will be right back to the 2026 Club Playdowns, brought to you by curling.gg. As we're about to get started with this end, let's go around the rings once more, doing the time warp again. As you see, Monica's first rock out of the hack. On sheet A, we're all square at 3 in the contest between Team Walsh from San Francisco and Team Keeling of Coyotes. And that game is in the 6th end. On sheet B, Team Aces is holding on to a 5-1 lead over Team Aubrey from Coyotes. Aces has scored in every end except for the second, where Aubrey was forced to a single. On sheet D, the contest between Thinker Durai of San Francisco taking on Team McDonald of Coyotes. Thinker Durai opened up with a lot of high-powered offense, scoring 3 with a hammer in the first end and then stealing 3 in the second end. They're curling up 7-1, Thinker Durai over McDonald. And that's a bit of a surprise. So Augustine, with her first shot, opted to go into the... I wonder if they were trying to draw a round. It ended up as a guard. Hernandez's next shot is a draw around. She's been curling for 11 years. Went to Club Playdowns last year as lead. And that's going to bite the top of the house. So Feldman is asking Augustine to draw around. And Nancy may be the newbie, but she joined the team with a calm, curious face as someone thinking, what exactly did I sign up for? And honestly, no one has a good answer for her. She is inquisitive, pragmatic, and steady as a rock, which already makes her the emotional anchor of this otherwise chaotic squad. When she's not curling, she's out traversing the mountains in Nepal and or Tanzania, conquering trails, or heading off on outdoor adventures that make the rest of the team look like indoor plants. And that ends up just putting up another guard in front of the house. It's something they can use, though. And this is the 5th rock to the end, coming from Sadie Schaefer. And Sadie, I think I may mention she's been curling for 3 years. This rock is looking good in terms of the weight. It's a little heavy, trying to go to the back. And did I say the weight was looking good? It's through the rings out of play. So now with the guard zone off, McGuire is going to start doing some cleanup. A couple yellows to run back onto reds. So we get one of the reds through the rings out of play. So a good clearing shot there from McGuire. Schaefer is set to draw through the port. As coverage of this end is being brought to you by Endgame Curling. This looks like it might be on the red guard on the right side. It does, it was yellow guard. It whips the off the yellow, promotes the yellow into the rings for shots. And I'm curious. Feldman is going to clear those guards out, but I wonder if they could start drawing around those and sit 2 or 3, or maybe they're saving that for later in the end. McGuire rolls onto the ice with 2 bronze medals, a sarcastic grin, and the unwavering commitment of someone who has fully accepted her role as Katie's unofficial bodyguard. So that clears one of the yellows, and then one of the reds actually rolls to the right and is now shot. So as a clearing action, maybe give it a mixed result. If anyone gives Katie attitude, questions her call, or even breathes too loudly near her, Melissa's like, "Is there a problem here?" These are some fun bios. As we see the first stone coming from Ada. Her rock goes to the back 8. I could hear them say that, which is awesome. And so now Camarena is sitting 2, and Feldman is calling her timeout. Let's see if we can listen in to see what might be talked about. The timeout is over. Couldn't hear a lot of what they were saying, but I think they're kind of facing a situation where there's 2 Camarena stones that are counting right now in the rings, and so they're, I think, looking to. I think they need to score 2 here to go into the last end up 1 without the hammer. They really don't want to give up multiple points here and go into the last end with a multiple point disadvantage. So I think they're looking to hit and roll. May have been the call. Hit the red back and roll towards the center. Or this could be a straight draw. It's shaping up to be a draw, but it's also over curling. So maybe looking for plan B to tap the yellow guard up, but that even missed that. So just a little on the light side. But the weight's been kind of tricky on this game. So looks like Camarena is going to sink another one in, keep it to the top of the house. This is looking pretty good if the weight's there. As even Camarena jumps in to help get it as deep as possible, and with just one last little spin, it rests right on top of one of the yellow guards. So that's not a bad place to end up. I think they wanted it to be in scoring position, but not a bad outcome. As Putnam will have another chance at that draw. So Amy is a mother to two small humans and spends her days curing cancer, and that was heavy. I thought that, so I think they tried that hit and roll with that second shot, and just then missed, unfortunately. So this is shaping up to be a possible Camarena steal and really put Feldman in a bind, as we are running out of game here. So we are the skip stones, and Camarena is looking at, I think, just drawing anywhere into the 8 foot to be counting and make it harder for Feldman to score. So we were talking about Adriana earlier. She has been curling for Team Mexico, appearing at the Pan Continental Championships. She also went to the pre-Olympic qualifying events in Aberdeen, Scotland, representing Mexico. Was also in the Playdowns for MoPac last year, and went to Club Nationals in 2023 after winning the 2022 MoPac Playdowns. And she was also at the 2019 World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship in Stavanger, Norway. So the broom is down for a draw for Camarena. Looking for the top 8 foot with her draw, her outturn draw. Even if it's a guard, that is also fine, given the fact that her team is already sitting 2 in the rings. This is a little heavy, 13-22. This is going to go to the back of the house. Is it going to sit down to be counting? And it will not. It goes through the rings, out of play. So a missed opportunity for Adriana to close the door on this end and force Feldman to a tricky situation. So Feldman's going to try that draw now as she makes her way down the ice. So 13-22 is too heavy. Maybe if she threw about 13 and a half, 13.50 seconds, that would be closer to being on the money. As she gets set and delivers her first rock. This is hanging out. How is it going to finish? So I got 12.97 somehow, and that time does seem to match the weight, as it does go through the rings rather speedily, or with pace, as they say. So Camarena has another chance to close the door on Feldman. So the target time, I think, is around 13:45, measuring the time between the hog lines. So the sweepers are on it. About 14:20, so this could be a decent shot. And it is indeed good for shot rock, just outside the 4 foot. So facing 3, Feldman has a tough shot for 1. Basically needs to be biting the forefoot for that single point. And they're looking at this right end, this right side of the sheet, because that is the easiest way to get there. Just an interesting end how it developed, where Camarena found some places to stick some stones and just not able to move them around as the end progressed. As Katie Feldman gets set for her last rock with the hammer. Looking to draw the right side of the sheet to bite the forefoot for a single point. So weight is going to be a key element here. The line is also going to be essential. And this is light 1431. So they need to make sure they get a piece of the forefoot. It's close. Need to make sure it gets there. And it does touch that edge of the forefoot for a single point. So good draw there, especially with the sweep job by the front end for a single point. And we are tied coming home. I shouldn't sound surprised, but I kind of lost track of what the score was. But we are all tied at 6. Camarena will have the hammer coming home in this tie game when we return to the 2026 doubletakeout.com MoPac Championships. Rocks in play. We are underway here at the 2026 Club Playdowns, brought to you by curling.gg, helping with our broadcast support. It's been an interesting game so far. You can see in the scoreboard in the background that Camarena had 4 in the third end, but Katie Feldman was able to come back, and it's been neck and neck ever since. As there is a center line guard, and it looks like Camarena is opting to draw to a corner guard or draw to the top of the house. And this is actually going to slip into the top of the rings. Actually, the back of the rings. Augustine's second stone is looking to draw around their corner guard, sorry, their center guard. Feldman needs to steal here, but the good news is 1 point either way will win the game for the respective team. That rock was a little wide. and settles into the back forefoot. And so it looks like I would guess Camarena is going to try to clear it out. Line is a little wide, but now they're working to hold the line. And they do manage to pop that out with a nose hit. That was a good shot there by Monica Hernandez. So Melissa McGuire is going to take on the takeout. So this is an interesting situation. Feldman needs to steal. And so usually you like to try to find guards or places to hide. And so I wonder if Feldman would like to have a hit and a slight roll under cover as they're working to make sure it clears the red. It does. And the shooter's going to roll wide left. I was wondering if they were going to roll, and I think they maybe didn't roll because, that's hard to say. You don't want to be behind the tee line necessarily, and when you roll, you know, if you hit right on the nose, you kind of move the rocks up, but when you roll, it's possible to roll down. So that nose hit up basically moved the shot stone up a stone's width, and that takeout was good. As McGuire gets set for another takeout. I think looking for a little roll. This is hanging out wide. Will nose and get that slight roll to the button. That's the shot I was looking for. And I think Feldman was looking for it too. Well done there by Melissa McGuire. And we see Sadie's second shot coming down the way, looking to peel that guard in the top of the house in the center line. There's a jam possibility. It's going to jam in the back, but they spill the red in the back, and the yellow guard is also gone. So it's a pretty open house, and now Feldman is looking for places to hide or to create a safe harbor for that yellow on the button. But that was a good clearing shot there by Sadie Schaefer. And this is Amy Putnam's first. Looking for a guard. And this does look pretty guardy. I think they wanted maybe another half stone of curl because that shot stone appears to be accessible from the left side. Although Camarena is opting to peel the guard, maybe get the run back double. As Ada Van Eckhout it's her delivery. Apologies for that. Looking to peel the guard. And it will peel the guard. The shooter's going to roll to the right. And so I imagine Feldman's going to put the guard back up. And if she puts it in the same place, it's probably not too bad. We hope you'll join us for the last 2 games of pool play tonight. We will know who is advancing to the playoffs after the last draw. We'll know the men's pool after this 4:30 game that's coming up. Looking for a guard from Putnam. If it's a little heavy, go for the freeze. And it looks like go for the freeze, or a little tap wouldn't be too bad either, like a little tap and roll. Make sure it doesn't set up a double. Let me show you what I saw. I'm sorry, guys. It was a little heavy. It didn't curl up enough, and it settled in on the back 4. So the double is there. Just not the way to make the shot, unfortunately. As Ada is in the hat looking for the double. I just think the good news for Feldman is that she can draw on top of that Camarena red after Ada's net draw. Looking for the double takeout. This is Ada Van Eckhout's last shot of regulation. And watch them go. 1, 2. See you later, yellows. That is a double takeout. Brought to you by doubletakeout.com. Looking for the double takeout. This is Ada Van Eckhout's last shot of regulation. And watch them go. 1, 2. See you later, yellows. That is a double takeout. Brought to you by doubletakeout.com. All right, back to the main action. You can see the clocks in the background. Teams have plenty of time to throw 2 stones each. Feldman could basically take almost 3 minutes per stone. And we kind of hope they don't take 3 minutes per stone. They don't need to, but plenty of time is the bottom line. And you can see the top clock where Camarena has 4 minutes and 41 seconds to throw her 2 stones with the hammer here in this last end. And the scoreboard started floating a little bit. I pinned it now. Hopefully it'll stick around. So after that double takeout, Feldman is looking to draw on top of the Camarena shot stone on the button. I think a freeze for this first shot, and then maybe tap it forward with her last. Could also do a slight tap and roll, as that was 5 minutes and 34 seconds. I did not time that correctly. Slight tap, a little too much tap action, as Camarena can pop that yellow out, maybe sitting 2, and then Feldman is going to have to scramble to find a place to hide a shot stone to score and steal the win. Otherwise, Camarena is in a pretty prime position to claim victory in this game. As Adriana Camarena gets set. Calling sweep out of hand. It looks like he's going to get past the guard and make contact with the yellow. And the shooter is going to roll wide right. And so this does set up a possibility for Feldman. I don't think she wants to draw right on top of the shot stone in the back 4. I almost think she could want to draw to maybe the top button, just in between the center line and that red shot, so create a jam possibility. That might be where to go, so that way Camarena is faced with either to try to draw or to hit out. And if Camarena tries to draw to hit out, the jam is there for Feldman. This is a draw. 1372, so a little heavy. So this is going to go to the red in the back, and it's going to wick off. And it's going to roll just a little too much, but it might be shot in the bat. Looking at the overhead, it looks like it hung on for shot. And so basically, Camarena has a draw or a tap for the win. So not a bad shot by Feldman. I think she would have rather have been up front of the Reds. But again, also when you play more advanced players, the hitting the right way is a little bit more straightforward for more advanced players at this level. So maybe being a little higher was not the option here. So opting for the hit for the win. The broom is down for step Adriana Camarena. Cleaning now. Just looking for a nose hit. Also, they hit their own stone, they still win. So even if it overcurls, it's not too bad. And here it clips the yellow, which is going to be just enough for the win. And that was the only rock in the ring. So make the final 7-6. Team Camarena over Team Feldman. The San Francisco ranked the winner in this NorCal conflict over Team Feldman from Wine Country Curling. So a great finish by Camarena. Let's go around the rings one last time, and then we'll sign off for this draw. Before we do, just another huge thanks to our sponsors, including doubletakeout.com, offering rankings of the top men's and women's teams from around the world, doubletakeout.com, and by curling.gg. Curling.gg is growing fast and is partnered with Jamie Sinclair from Curl Up with Jamie channel to bring more curling insight to fans everywhere. And by Endgame Curling, elevate your game. More information at endgamecurling.com. So let's take a trip around the rings one last time in this draw. Once I did these graphics set. There's only one game left on the ice, it appears. On sheet A, Team Keeling won the game 5-4 over Team Walsh for San Francisco with a single point with the hammer in the 8th end. Sheet B, close game between Team Aces of Silicon Valley taking on Team Aubrey from Coyotes. Aces is holding on to a 5-4 lead, and they hold the hammer in the 8th end. Looks like they're still doing third stones. Sheet C, we just watched Team Camarena pull out the... Oh, there may have been a second stone on the sheet. They said 8-6. I looked like 7-6 to me. I could be wrong. Only 1 point was needed for the win. Team Camarena over Team Feldman. And then on sheet D, Team Thangdadurai put up a 6-ender in the 7th end to take a 13-4 victory over Team McDonald. And so going over the standings, I think everyone still has, everyone still has one game to play. Team Keeling and Thangdadurai are at 4-1. Aubrey is at 3-1. Camarena, McDonald, and Walsh at 3-2. So one of those is going to likely punch their ticket to the 4-team playoff. Rounding out the field is Aces, Juilliard, and Feldman. On the men's side, two teams are done. Slusser and Meyer are done. Slusser's at 4-1, and they are in the playoffs. The question is seeding. Team Leclerc is undefeated at 4-0. And then rounding out the top 5 are Siggins at 3-1, and then Raju and Tate at 2-2. Those teams are in the hunt for the 4 playoff spots. There's 2 spots left. Basically, Leclerc and Slusser are in, and Raju, Siggins, and Tate are looking for those 2 remaining spots. And then Aronson, Meyer, and Campbell will round out the field. Well, you guys have dropped off the stream, so I'm going to wrap it up here. We hope you'll join us at 4:30 for the late afternoon draw between Team Aronson and Team Campbell. It's a Coyotes clash at 4:30, and we hope you'll join us then. And for now, on behalf of all of us here at MoPac and Coyotes, and with deep thanks to our sponsors, this has been your host, Ryan Olson, saying good afternoon and good curling.